I was asked how Second Amendment patriotism could help the county budget. I'm reaching a little bit here, but not far. Studies have shown very eloquently that an armed citizenry suffers a whole lot less crime. Now, if you want to talk about homicides, robberies, vandalism, all kinds of things like that, where that crime occurs, first of all, you're going to have a victim. If they're not armed to protect themselves, you're going to have a victim. You don't want that. And then secondarily, then law enforcement has to come in and investigate that. So you've got detectives and things like that. You've got officers having to do arrests and all the other legwork associated with carrying out a criminal investigation and then bringing someone to justice. Then our court system has to deal with it. So then the district attorney has to go through the whole gamut with that individual who has perpetrated a crime. Well, if I love this, but anyway, if said perpetrator is met at the door with a double-barrel 12 gauge, none of that's going to have to be dealt with. Now, if they push it, the coroner may have to deal with something, and that's unfortunate, but it's probably better than the other alternative. So, since in any set of statistics you want to look at, wherever a populace is armed more, just on a percentile basis, if a greater percentage of that populace are armed and known to be armed, then what you have is a reduction in those types of crimes aforementioned, which saves the taxpayer money because law enforcement doesn't have to deal with all the additional hours and headaches and manpower and all the way up to prosecuting criminals. It just doesn't happen. And so the greater, don't you just love this? So the greater level of personal protection that the citizens are afforded and are practicing, the less that it costs to police that county or that city or whatever that population looks like. So it's actually very simple. And I've never had a law enforcement person argue with this. If there are a whole bunch of armed citizens, especially even concealed or open carry citizens, not just able to protect themselves at home, but able to protect themselves anywhere they go, or except for these places that strangely and foolishly don't want you to protect yourself or anyone else on their premises, which I think is complete lunacy, personally, because then you can't help law enforcement protect the population or your own self, which is your constitutional right, by the way. So that needs to be changed. But in any event, anywhere that people can, any city, any county, any jurisdiction that not only allows but encourages people to carry firearms with them, crime goes down. And the reason crime goes down, again, is that although I wouldn't say that crooks are brilliant people, one thing about it, they soon learn crime doesn't pay too well in this area because everybody whose door you knock down blows you away. So it's very simple. So the fewer crimes that are ever committed and perpetrated is less expense on law enforcement and the judicial system to deal with it. So it's really straightforward, really.